Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, everyone. This is me again, practicing Excel or simplifying Excel. As Raymond said, it's magic with Excel. Last time we had few formulas regarding, mostly it was about index and match and some other functions. Little about me. I have more than 22 years of experience, mainly in software. Currently, I'm a project manager, IT project manager, and I am also a business analyst. I'm certified trainer from Highfield, as well as certified project manager from PMI and certified business analyst from PMI and IIBA, which are the two most highest prestigious entities for business analysis. I'm a photographer, a cook, cycler, and many more. Today's ground rules. This session is 1.5 hours, already 10 minutes past, so we have 80 minutes to go. Please maintain safety. It's almost 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock indeed. So all of us are at home. Take care for those who are in curfew. And as we used to say, you know your exits. You are at home. You know your exits. You know your washroom. If you want to go anywhere, just switch off your camera and do whatever you want. Please keep your mics muted. And if you want to ask a question, raise your hand. And our host, DTM Raymond, will let you or ask it in the chat. This shall be an interactive session, so I will share with you some files that you do practice by yourself. And if you want to ask questions in between, you can ask questions. And at the end, we will have Q&A session. This is the agenda for today. First of all, we will be working with dates. Then there is a method called choose. So we will know what choose do in Excel. And then we are going to touch base on some product. After that, we will know how to make unique list from non-unique items, and at the end I have a small bonus. So this is the file we are going to use. Can you please confirm downloading the file so I can start working on it? First thing we are going to talk about today is dates. Can you all give me a thumb up if you downloaded the file? Okay, I have seen 2 thumb up. More, yes, Nigel, Dishani. Who else, who else, who else, who else? Okay, I will assume that all of you have downloaded the file. So let's work with dates. Okay. First of all, did you know that dates in Excel are nothing more than a serial number? Dates are only serial numbers. Actually, Excel start the dates by 1st Jan 1900s, 1900. So the first date of Excel, if you type 1 in Excel and you just go and format it as date, you will see as a short date here, it's 11900. So date actually is not other than a serial number. Actually, if you want to have any date function, for example, like day, you will see that it takes serial number. So date is nothing but a serial number. Okay.
Hazem, just 1 minute. There is a screen called 2 Excel files over each other.
I'm sorry, Ray, 2 Excel files?
1 minute, hold on. Okay, it's gone. Go ahead.
It's okay, right?
Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So now we understand that the date is nothing than a serial number. Okay. So assume that you are working with Excel and you want to insert a date. To insert today's date, there is a function called today. So just type today, enter. So it will have today's date. And it will be there according to the format. So just double click. So here is today's date. You can see that this is the long date format and this is the short date format. And today, since 1900 is only 4400, so it's 4,440 and 5, or 44,005 days. So these are the number of days since 1900s. Same thing with time, you can have now, but the issue with this one, so assume that I will have it with seconds, so like this. The issue with this one, each time you click enter, F2, enter, it will change. So what if you are working with an Excel file and you want to insert a date or a time fixed? So all what you have to do is come to this one and control semicolon. It will give you a fixed dates. See, each time I click enter, it updates the dynamic one. And this one, control shift comma, it will create the time. So the first thing is if you are working in an Excel and you want to insert the date, just control semicolon, and this one control shift semicolon. If you want to insert dates and time, so you come control semicolon, space, control shift semicolon, so you have the date and time. So this is for dates and times in Excel. And again, just go to time and it is a number. For date, this is 1/24 hours, because 1 hour over 24, this is 1 hour represented in Excel. If it's in minutes, then you will divide by 1 hour multiplied by 60 seconds. Okay. Now, since dates are serial numbers, so to have a difference, it's only like a subtraction. So if you want to subtract by days, so you will say this one equal to end date minus start date. So this is 401 dates difference in days. If you make double click, so these are the number of days. So for example, this date is after this date, so it became in minus. Same thing in months. If you want to have it in months, so all what you have to do is divide by 30, assuming that the dates are 30. Same thing in years. So for example, this one, we will say, we will open bracket, have this one minus this one, and divide by 30, for example. So this will give us the round date. Same thing happened with years. Okay. What if you want to know the exact number of months, or exact number of days, or exact number of years? There is one undocumented function in Excel. So this, you know that every function in Excel, for example, if I know what are the number of days in any date, or what I have to do is just put day and serial number. So I want to know the day of this one. So it's 5. This is April 5th, 2019. So again, if I just do like this, it will give me the number of days. And month, if I say equal to month, again, it will show me a help, and I can click on it, so know the help, and it will give me that the parameter is a serial number. So I will just click on this one, and it will give me, this is April, this is the 4th month, and do like this. But there is one undocumented function. Its name is date if. So date if, again, it takes date and takes D as, I'm sorry, date if, date, first date, it takes first date, and it takes first date and second date, and I want day. Date if Okay, let's bypass this one until I get you the correct information about it. But this is undocumented function, and we will talk about it later. The next one is eDate. This is the eDate. So again, eDate. It takes a start date. This one adds number of months to the start date. So for example, I want to know the maturity date for an invoice. So all what I have to do is to take this one, and I want to add 3 months or 2 months. So I will put 2. So it will add 2 months. But this is a serial number. So all what I have to do, just go to format and select date and select the date. So this is January 10th, 2019. I added 2 months. So it became March. I can add 9 months. So it will become October. The good thing about this one is it will maintain the day itself. Okay. This one is end of months. It gives us the end date, the end day of the month. For example, if I'm in February, it will give me 20, 28, or 29. So I have end of month. I will select the start date, for example, August 2020, and I will add August is 31, September is 30. So I will put 1. It gives me September 30. What if I want the end day of current month? So what I will have to do is put 0, and it will give me 31st of August. What if I want the previous month? So I will select -1. So it will give me June 31st. Next functions are very interesting because I can use them in project management, or I can use them in counting working days. We have working days and we have net working days. So what are working days and what are net working days? Working days, it takes a start date and days and holidays. So this one will return a date, and that date will start counting the number of days. Assuming that working days, it assumes that the holidays is Saturday and Sunday. So it will exclude Saturday and Sunday from the number of days. So assuming that I am today, for example, let's have today. So this is today, control semicolon. And I want, today is 23rd June. So I want 10 working days added to 23rd. So I will say working days. And this is the starting date. And I want 10 working days. And that's it. I want to format this as date. So I will format it as short date. So after 10 working days, it will be 7 July, because it will exclude Saturday and Sunday from my calculation. Moreover, it can take an array, as we see that it takes an optional array. So for example, assuming that there are some holidays, so I'll assume that 30, 6/30, 2020 is a holiday. So I can exclude, this one will be excluded. So just having this one. So it added this one to the days that are not calculated. So it jumped to July 8th. The difference between working days and working days international is working days assumes Saturday and Sunday as holidays, but working days international give you more flexibility, assuming for example, in Kuwait we have Friday and Saturday. So I would say working day international. Sorry, this is my cat. I will select the same day. I will say again 10 days. And now I will have, in Kuwait we have Friday and Saturday. So I can select Friday and Saturday. So this is number 7. and I can exclude or include the holidays, which is an array, and include. Again, I will have, I'm sorry, I answered. Again, I will have the date format. So it's the same, because it's no difference. But maybe if I added more days, like if I added 20 days, if I added 20 days, maybe it will different. The same. If I added 22, yes, here it differed. What happened? Oh, no, because this one has to be 21. Yes, also here there is a difference between, because this one is Saturday, Sunday, and this one is Friday, Saturday. Remember, working days, it gives me a date. It gives me a serial number, which is a date, which is the next date after the number of days. You can include holidays or you can exclude holidays, and you can have it in international way or you can have it in the normal Excel way. Networking days, these are the number of working days between 2 days. So for this one, you will say networking days. What is the start date? So for example, in this project, I will have, this is the start date. And what is the end date? This is the end date. And do I have holidays? I don't have holidays, so I'll skip it. So it gives me 286 days, assuming that the days off are Saturday and Sunday. Next one is networking days international. Again, the same dates, but again, I will take that Friday and Saturday are the holidays in Kuwait, so I will have number 7, and I will not include 10. So it gives me the same dates, because maybe it's different, but for other date ranges, it will be different. So now, can I give you like 5 minutes to try most of these formulas and let me know about it? Sorry, I was not following the chat. Yes, date diff. Yes, Joseph. You are right. Dated if. The function
we have some people who have just joined in. Just give them a small intro of what's going on. That's it.
Okay. Again, in a small intro, we are talking here about date in Excel. And again, date in Excel is nothing other than a serial number, because Excel counts the date since 1900, January 1st. So again, if we said that this is number 1, so number 1, if you look at it in the format, you will see that it's January 1st, 1900, and start counting. So if I put 2, again, it will be second Jan 1900. So date is none other than a serial number. We can assign dates automatically by using today and now, or we can use it fixed by having control plus semicolon. So if I come here and click control semicolon, it will insert date. If I come here and click control shift semicolon, it will insert time. And I can merge both by having control semicolon space control shift semicolon. So I can automatically have the current date and time, but it will be fixed for the whole thing, because this is a value and this is a function. If you notice, every time I just click, the time changes. Since date is a serial number, so we can subtract date by just using subtract. And we can use, as Joseph reminded me, a function called dated if. Dated if is a non-documented function in Excel. It takes 2 parameters, the begin date and the end date, and I can give her a day for day. So it will give me the number of days. or I can just come here and fix the range, and come here and fix the range, because I will change only the parameter. So here I will give it M for a month. So these are 13 months because it doesn't include the fraction. And if I want to know the exact number of years, so I will just put Y. So it will give me it's 1 year. This is 2019 and this is 2020. So it's 1 year. We have a function called eDate. It gives me the number of the same date after exact number of months. So we had this one. It's the number of months after January 10th. So it will be after, if I added nine months, it will be October 10th, and E of months or end of day of months. So it will give me the end of day of that after the number of months for that month. So for example, this is August 8th. So if I subtract 1 month, which is July, it will give me 31st of July. If I add 1 month, it will be September, so it will be 30th of September. And if I want for the same month, I will only use 0, so it will become 31st of July. We have 2 more functions, which is working days and net working days. Working days, I add a working days to the current date to get the net working days. So for example, we have 5 working days per week, which means that after 22 working days, assuming that the holidays or the weekends are Saturday and Sunday, and I will include this one as a holiday. So after 22 working days, it will be after 23rd, it will be 24th of July. But if I use the international version and I'm telling it that please take Friday and Saturday as a weekend, it will give me 22nd of July. Same thing with networking days. This one give me a date, but this one give me a number of days. So I have 2 dates, and I can include or exclude holidays. Again, it will assume that the holiday, the weekend is Saturday and Sunday. The next one is I will tell it like which holiday, which dates are the days off. So I select 7. For Kuwait, it's Friday and Saturday. So again, it's the same because there is no difference. This is for that one. And again, I will give you just 5 minutes to check these functions, and I will come back with the choose function. For Bindu, yes, okay. So next time I will speak about macros. Next time, inshallah, we'll have some talks about macros. Don't worry. Macros. As long as it's not VBA, then we'll talk about it.
What we'll do, Hazem, for macros, we will have a joint session with you and Anwar together. So it'll be more of a conversational training.
Great. Ghada, don't worry about the mathematical steps. This one is very easy. We are only talking about dates. And everything is easy as long as you make it simple. You can eat the elephant as long as you are eating it.
Because of your help, we will eat it, inshallah. Thank you.
Inshallah. So don't worry about that.
I'm trying hard to manage.
And thank you, Joseph. Yes, it's dated F. I just forget the D for date. Thank you very much. Okay, guys. So
2 minutes left.
Are we done?
Before we start, there's a question from Bindu on the chat.
Yes. Yes. Okay. 1 second. Yes, Bindu. Bindu, I didn't see your question. Can you please tell me your question?
Okay, Hazem, I was just asking, now you're on the data sheet, right? Data set, the next sheet.
Yes.
Yeah, so you know the data there, is it possible for you to put it into the chat rather than all of us typing it?
No, it's there. It's there. It's there in your file.
Which file?
We have shared the file.
Okay.
Raymond
Oh,
just shared it again.
I joined late. Okay, fine. Got it.
Okay. Raymond just shared it again.
Yeah. Got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Hazem, for the next.
Okay. So the next function, it's called choose function. And as the name implies, we tell you something, and based on that, we choose. It's like a menu. We give you a menu, and you choose from that menu. So assuming that we have this data set, and this data set, we have month, we have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, and we have a subtotal, and we want to select a subtotal based on that month, okay? So all what we have to do is just type, choose, and in choose, we will see that there is an index. So this is our index, and after the index, if the index is 1, then the next thing will come, because we see index and value 1, value 2, value 3, and value 1 is mandatory, but value 2 and 3 and 4 and 6 are optional. So we say that if it's 1, I will use this range. If it's 2, I will use this range. If it's 3, I will use this range. If it's 4, I will use this range. If it's 5, I will use this range. 6, this range. 7, this range. And 8, this range. And close. And nothing happened, it give me a value, because this is an array. So all what I have to do is just put sum. And as we see, the total is 1492. If I just come to January and click all of it, I'll see that the sum is 1492. All what I have to do is just come here and click 2. So 2 is February, so automatically it will come. So the total is 1931. So choose, it give me a dynamic array or a dynamic selection, depends on the index. This is the index. Based on that index, it will choose which range: first range, second range, third range, fourth range. So can you test it just to go to the next one? Because we use it in the next one. Next one, how to use choose in building a dynamic graph. Any question regarding to choose? The simple choose? I don't see questions, which is a good sign. Okay. So next one, this is a normal graph. If I clicked on the graph, you will find that the data source, I have a sales and a month, and the data is static. So if I want to change the data, for example, this is the data for January. It comes from data set January. So if I want to change it, I will just come here and say equal to, and come to data set February. So it will be February. So if I want to change this one and make it dynamic, so here I have inserted from the developer tab. If you know, there is something called developer tab. Just need to get rid of this one. Okay. There is something here called developer tab. We can talk about it later, but you can make it as a drop down anyway. So I have a drop down here. And in the drop down, I just need to change change this according to the drop down. So all what I have to do is, instead of having it like this, I will say equal to choose, and this radio buttons, it reflects in this cell. So this cell, and I will fix the cell. So I will click F4. So if it is this cell, then if it's January, select January. If it's February, select February, March, April, May, June, July, August, and I will finish it. So automatically I click on February, it selects February. Same thing for the data set. I will just again say equal to, I will just come here, clear, clear, and say equal to choose. Again, this is my index, so I will fix it. Function F4. And if it's 1, I will select the first range. If it's 2, I will select the second range. If it's 3, third range. If it's 4, if it's 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you will see that copy cells. It changes with the month. So I select the month and it's dynamically changed.
Hazem, I have a question.
Yes, dear.
Yeah. How did you create the slicer bar?
This one? This one,
Yes.
if you see the ribbon up, there is something called developer ribbon. Okay. In the developer ribbon, there is an insert. So I will, for example, I will say insert. From insert, there is a radio button, okay, or option button. So you just this one, sorry, this one, radio button. So I will click that radio button anywhere, for example, here, okay, and I will link that radio button. I will say the radio button is linked to, for example, with this cell, okay. So once I click that, because it has many radio buttons, it will click on that Excel, okay. So I have here 8 already. So this will be number 9 by default. Okay, just right click. I can delete it, but it's there. So it comes from the developer tab. From the developer tab, you just go and insert, and you can insert drop down or anything else.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. The last thing that we can use choose function is in VLOOKUP. Okay, can you show me your hand if you know VLOOKUP? Just make thumbs up if you know VLOOKUP. I don't see thumbs up. You don't know VLOOKUP in Excel?
Bindu has raised her hand.
Okay. So only Bindu knows VLOOKUP. Joe knows VLOOKUP, very good. Who else? Okay. So in VLOOKUP, the VLOOKUP works in one direction. That's why we recommend, and that's why the last session we have been talking about the match and index. So VLOOKUP usually works one direction, and you always use the first column as an index. So for example, I would say this one VLOOKUP. Okay, okay, not this one. This one VLOOKUP, and I will lose this cell, and I will fix the cell as my value, and okay, I will select this one at the array, or this, sorry, this one as the array. And I will select the column index is the second column. I want to know the salesperson. And that's it. It's exact match. I will put 0 as a false for exact match. And that's it. So here, because there is no value, it gave me an error. If I bought company 4, automatically it gave me HIPAA, right? But it cannot work reverse. So for example, I cannot use this column to be my index column. Column, as we know in VLOOKUP, it always should be the first column. So what we can do is, we can use it like this. See, I can just come here. Same thing, we will use this column as our index, but we will use the array, a reverse array. How to use a reverse array? We will use choose, and then we will have array. This is 3, sorry. This is 3, 2, 1. And for each array, for 3, I will assign 1. So this will be for me number 3. And for 2, I will have salesperson. And for 1, I will have the department. So if I'm looking for sales, for example, so sales is in company 1. So it's the other way around. If I'm looking for column 2, Raymond, it will give me not available because this one have 3, 2, 1. I have to change this, for example, to be 2, 3, 1. So Raymond is in company 1. So here I'm using choose to reverse how VLOOKUP looks to the array. The normal thing is VLOOKUP looks for a value in an array, and in that array, it's always the first column that it looks for. So if I'm looking for company, for example, 2, so company 2, it's in the first column and it exists, and the matching value for the second column, which is this one, is Fatma. If I put third column, it will become accounting. So it looks from left to right. But if I use choose, then I can mix or mess with the order. So choose curly braces and curly braces, and this is the order of columns that I want to use it. And I match the order of column with the array in choose. And which column I'm looking for? So I'm looking for the third column, which is this one, or second column, which is this one, or first column, which is this one. And I'm looking for, usually we look for exact match. So this is the one I need you to mess with. I will leave the screen as it is so you can have a look at it. So try it and give me your feedback. I'll give you 5 minutes. Raymond, can you give us these 5 minutes?
Yes, I have timed it.
Okay, thank you. Dastagir, we have talked about VLOOKUP in last session. Again, I can talk about VLOOKUP, and there is something better than VLOOKUP. It's called index and match. So you can use index and match. I can talk about index and match. Because VLOOKUP is somehow more restrict, or it's not as powerful as index and match. So you want goal and seek, subtotals, conditional formatting, macros, index and match, and VLOOKUP. Actually, there is another function which is called HLOOKUP, and if you are using 2017 or 365, there is a new function called XLOOKUP. We can talk about HLOOKUP as well. I think we are about to finish the 5 minutes.
2 minutes left.
So any question regarding the choose function? Because in the bonus, we will see how choose function works in the real world.
1 minute left.
Good. You are always right. I think we are done. So any questions about choose, how it's working?
Okay, time, Hazem.
Okay, time is up. So we will go from choose to another powerful function, which is sum product. How many of you knows sum ifs, sum f and sum f's? Can you show me your hand if you know sum if and sum ifs? Also, we have talked about sum if and sum f's in the last time.
Christy has raised his hand.
Yes, Dashti, you, Raymond, Dishani. I'm sure Christy knows about it. She doesn't want to say. Joe. Okay, very good, very good. Okay. Sum f and sum f's, or sum f's exactly, because sum f's is an extension to sum f. It's only using and, because it's based on a condition. It takes that condition and it adds to it. It adds to it. So, looking at this table, this is a salesperson, year, month, product, quantity, price. We can calculate the total quantity, or we can calculate the revenue easily by doing what? We will just multiply revenue or price by quantity, and then we will just do like this. So we will have price by quantity for all salespersons for all quantities, and we will just come here and say Alt plus and just click enter. And regarding the sum, do you know that there is a keyboard shortcut for sum? It's called Alt plus. You just come home, come here, and go for sum, and you know that sum is Alt plus equal will give you sum. But do I really need the revenue column to have the sum? The answer is no. This is the total. I can have it just by saying this is one is equal to sum product, and I will say quantity multiplied by price. So I have two arrays. First array is the array of quantity. Second array is price, and they are just multiplied by each others, and enter, and it gives me the same number. So without having the extra column, without having the extra operation, and without having this sum, right away, I will just have this one. But this is not the end of sum total. What else can I do with sum total? Actually, I can do two other things. I can do, it can work like sum if and sum ifs in a way. Let's see. Suppose that I need to know the total quantity for any product, assuming that it's sugar, whatever. I can have, because here I have product 1, product 2, product 3. So I need to know for product 1, it says that this one is equal to product 1. So I need to know for all product 1, what is the quantity. So I will say equal to some product, and what is the column that I need to know, or I need to filter on? These are the products. So I will put another brace, another one. I will take this array, and I will put equal to, what is my criteria column? Okay, just let me come here. So this is my criteria column. I will fix it. And I will multiply. I need to know the quantity. So I will multiply by quantity. And I will close the braces. So that's it. So this is the quantity for product 1. If you want to make sure, let's see, this is product 1 quantity, and this is product 1 quantity, and this is product 1, this is product 1. And let me just minimize this and take this up. So this is 234, and our quantity is 234. So how it's actually working? If I come here and click, okay, it will not work like this. So how it works, this one, for each cell, product is 1. This product, it will make it 1. And if the product is not 1, it will put 0. So if 1 multiplied by 1, 0 multiplied by this, 0 multiplied by this, 0 multiplied by this. So in this case, it will give me the quantity. I can have the same for the revenue. So if I want to know the revenue for only product 1, so I will say some product. I will open a brace. So what is the array I am checking for? So I'm checking for this array. Again, it should be equal to this product. I will fix it. I will fix the reference. Then I will multiply quantity to multiply by the quantity, and multiply by revenue, or by the price, to get the revenue, and close, and it will give me this number. Again, if I just come here and select only for product 1, so it's 1,151 and 800, the same one. So in this case, I don't want to have subtotals. I don't want to do sum ifs. But you maybe ask, so what is the difference between this and sum if or sum ifs? Maybe it's not, we will know later, but this is an easy way to do it, because we will do multiplication. Sum if is only doing a sum. This is doing sum and multiplication. And the beauty of some product is in this example. So in this example, we can have and or. Here we have only like and, but here we can have and or. Okay, let's see. So assuming this is my criteria, so I'm looking for salespersons Fatma or Shaima, and the year is 2020, months is May and product 1, or these are the products, but here we have an or. So I want to know the quantity, so I would say some product. I will open 2 braces. First one, I'm looking for salesperson, so I will select salesperson. These are the salesperson, and the salesperson should equal to first one, which is Fatma. I will look it. Or now, or in some product is a plus sign. So I will say plus, I will open another one. And again, I need salesperson. And the salesperson this time will be equal to Shaima. I will look it. And I will close the first one, second one. So this one says that salesperson could be first one, I can put any name here, Fatima, or second one, Shaima. Okay, what about and? So, and open curly braces, the year, so this is the year, should equal to this one, 2020. I will close the braces and I will open another brace. The month is equal to May. I will fix it, close the brace, and the product equal to this one. I will fix it again and close. So this is my criteria. This is quantity, so I need it multiplied by the quantity. So I have 52. So we will go Fatma. So Fatma 2020, broad May. Here is Fatma. Okay, we don't have, see, here we don't have Fatma 2020 and May. We have Fatma 2020 June, but we have Shaima 2020 May, and it's 52. So this is the only criteria, it's 52. What if I made this one May here, but this is product 1? Okay, what if I made this one 2020? So I will only change this one to be 2020. Again, it became 133. This is 81, and this is, where is Shaima 2020 product 1? Yes, here it is, 52. This is 133. Again, I can take the same one. So I can take the same one and, sorry, F2 and multiply it by price just to get the revenue right away. So again, this is the 1. So this is the 1, and Shaima, that is the 1. Strong, oh, sorry, this one, and okay, this one, yes. So 789, 789. So in this case, it looks a bit complicated, but if you look at it, it can be easy. You just have to understand it. So if you want to make or what you have to do is just put plus sign between the conditions. And if you want to put and, you have to put multiplication or cross sign or product sign. But the most important thing is you have to remember that you have to put the condition, the whole condition between braces. So this one is a brace, this one is a set, this one is a set. So I need the whole one or, so I need to put both of them again in the braces, and then I will end it with this one, with this one, with this one, which will give me the set. Again, you will have 5 minutes just to use your hands and try to use some product. And I think Dastagir, you can make use of some product. It might look difficult at the beginning, but it's easy. Raymond, can you give us 3 minutes for some product?
Okay, 3 minutes. Started now.
Well, the back, I think you have to start using some ifs in some product right now. I think we
1.5 minutes left.
Okay. That's great.
Time's up.
Okay. So next we will have a little fun with unique drop-down and dynamic drop-down. If you look at this table, you will find that we have company and the company is duplicated. So what if we want to have a drop-down list box or a unique list for this one? How can we do it? First of all, let me just make this one as a table. So I will click Control T on the keyboard. So Control T will convert this range to a table. So I will just name it table company or products or whatever, products, table products. So I can refer to this one, the whole thing as a table. So what I want to do is I want to have a list which only has a distinct value. So I want Americana, Wazan, Company 1, Osra, Company 2, KDD, Marai, and Safi. So this is the only thing. So how can I get this? The only function that can let me have a value is index. So if I write index, write equal to index. So index take an array. So this is the array. And I want first column. So this is the one. So first column will give me Americana. If I extend it a little bit, so they are all Americana because it's only index number 1. So Al-Wazan is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one, it should be number 4. So it gives me Wazan. And company 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one, it should be 7. Okay, so now I know that to get the correct list, I need to have this number dynamic. Okay, so now the idea is getting this one dynamic. So how to get it dynamic, and what is the formula or the function that gives me this dynamic? Okay, I can use. Okay, forget about this. I will say equal to. I can use count if. So count if this range, count if take a range and criteria. So count if this range and the value is Americana. So this is the 1. Okay. So normally count if it will give me 4, which means that I have 4 occurrence of Americana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing more. This is the normal usage of count if. But what if I messed up with this one? So instead of having this as the criteria, I will put the criteria in front of the range. And I will click enter. It gives me 1. But do you think that this is only 1? Okay, can I just say thumb up if you think that this is only 1? I don't see thumb ups. Do you think the value here is only 1? Guys, can you be more interactive? Okay.
Najwa says no.
No. Why Najwa? Okay. What is inside?
Joseph says no.
No. So it is one or it is not one? It is not one, right? Okay. Not one. Actually, if you come to the formula bar and you click F9, you will see a magic. So this is an array. What does this array represents? This array represents the occurrence of Americana in that order. So I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 16. So I have 16. 1 for the occurrence of Americana. So the first one is 1, 1, 1, and 0 and 1. So this is it. So now I know that first one is Americana. So sorry. First one represents Americana. So the first 0 is the next value, which is Al-Wazan. So I know that to match the first 0. Okay, so how to find a function that give me a match? So it's match. So I will put match. And match here, I'm looking for the next 0. So this is the next 0 in this count. And I want exact match. So I will put 0. Okay. Now it's giving me an error. Why? Should be correct. Okay, there is one trick. Match, if we look at match, if we just come here and equal to match, match is looking for a lookup array. So a lookup value and a lookup array. But count if it doesn't return a lookup array. So I have two solutions. One solution, I don't know if you know about it or not, it's called Control-Shift-Enter, or having arrays in Excel. But the easiest one is to have a function that returns an array. And that function is not other than index. So I will put index, okay? Index an array. I am looking for nothing, so I will just put no row number and go like this. So 4, good. So is Wazan the fourth row? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So Wazan is the 4. So now I can dynamically get number 4. Okay, what about company 1? So company 1 is giving me 1. So what's wrong? So the issue is, okay, let me just get rid of this. Okay, I will just go to the X6. Okay, come here, Control X. Okay. So what this is one give me 4, it's okay, and this one is give me 1. Why? Because it's not accumulated. It's actually, if you see, it's starting from this. It should start from this one. So what I will do is I will come here. What I will do, I will just come here and I should start counting from this one. No, Control Z. Okay, what should we do? What should we do? What should we do? We should start counting. I need to include this one. Okay, let me think how I used to do it. Lookup array. Blah, 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 blah. I need to accumulate the start of that one. So match. Give me a second. Okay. Just give me a second.
While we review the error, we can test the other things while Toastmaster Hazem comes back.
Okay, I will check this. I will check this and I will come back to you. I will send it by email to all of you. But for time being, just not to waste time, because I know I'm 7 minutes less. So I will go directly to the bonus thing, and the bonus thing is called spell number. So usually we need to know the number in words in Excel, and some people are using VBA. So this is a formula. I'm not the one who developed it. I will share also the reference for this one. The only thing I did is transfer it to Kuwaiti dinars to KD and having in 3 decimals. So whatever the number, it's up to 999 millions. So whatever the number you put here. So for example, I will put this number. So automatically it will change it to words. And if you look at the formula here, you will find that it has lot of choose, lot of mid and left. So the main one here is choose, because it depends on the position of the number. It says it's 1, 2, 3, or 1 million, or 2 million, or 3 million. So this one, you can use it. Feel free to use it if you are converting numbers or spelling numbers to words. This is an easy one. If you want me to elaborate on it personally, I can talk about it. And this is the bonus for today. All what you have to do is just come here, remove the equal sign, just copy it and paste it anywhere. Copy it and paste it anywhere, and just change the reference cell. The reference cell here is B3. So you can just, again, for example, I will use this one. So this is D7. I will put 77 in D7. So I will just come here, Control H, and B3, it will be, sorry, B3, it will be D7, and replace all. Okay, and come here, restore the equal sign. And that's it. Just come here, row height 15. So 77, because it always needs 0. So 77. I think it needs a little fix because there is a small and here. So 77 and 100 fills. So this is the small bonus you can use. Maybe it needs some fix, so I have to work on it again, but you can have it as a startup. This is a spill number. And regarding the dynamic one, I will reshare it to you. Something is missing. I will check it back, and I will share it with all participants, so you can have it. Yes,
there's a
Raymond.
question from Nigel regarding the bonus, which says, if I want to change it to Indian rupees from KD.
Yeah, all what you have to do is just come here, change this one, come to the end. One second, come to the end, and you will find KD. So all what you have to be is put Indian rupees, for example, IR, and come put equal to at the beginning, and you will find Indian rupees. Okay. I'm sure that Indian rupees, they are using 2 decimals. So again, all what you have to do is just copy all of this and replace it with 2 decimals. So again, I will just come here, remove the equal sign, and double click, Control H, Control V, and put 2 decimal signs and replace all. So that's it. Close and come equal sign again. So that's it. So it have 2 decimal signs right now. My session came to an end. I'm sorry for the one regarding the unique value. I will share it with everyone. So please share with me and Raymond your emails, and I will share with you the file with that dynamic list solution.
Do we have room for 5 minutes of question and answers?
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Those who have a question, please raise your hand, and then we will unmute you for discussion. Thank you, Deepak, for your email.
Thank you, Divak. Christy, thank you.
Anyone has a question, please raise your hand.
Najwa, thank you.
While y'all are also, before your leave, I would like you to please give feedback to Toastmaster Hazem.
Nigel.
I have shared the link of the feedback form on the group chat. Please open it and give feedback of your session. Deepak Bindal, if you're there, would you be okay if we ask you for a verbal feedback about the session?
Actually, I just saw in the evening the notice for this session today at around 7:20.
Yes.
As soon as I saw, I entered into this session, and I really enjoyed, and it was very kind of Hazem to give it free. Normally people charge. So, and all new formulas he was explaining, that was really good. So I really look forward to further sessions.
Thank you,
Deepak.
Toastmaster
Thank
Deepak.
you.
And we'll ask one more person for a feedback. Anybody else would like to give a feedback, a verbal feedback?
Yes, DTM Raymond.
Yes, Ram Kumar, go ahead. We'll keep it for 1 minute. Feedback.
Less than 30 seconds I'll take.
Okay.
Time is precious. Hazem, hats off to you, and Ray, wonderful, wonderful. Because what we need is learning. It is not about just talking, speaking, improving on communication. This is something the skill based, and giving such free session will not only enhance master becoming a tech savvy, but also helps in their employment job, because everybody use Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint. I wish you share recording so that many can utilize and benefit through your session. Thank you, Ray. Well done,
Thank you.
Hazem.
Imran.
Thank you, DT Imran.
Hazem, any final words?
I just would like to thank you all. I would just let me share with you my email and my social media thing. So if anyone wants to send me an email or to do anything, just these are my social media. I don't know if you can see it or not. Can you see it? You have my email, my Twitter account, and my LinkedIn. So if you want to know
we can
anything,
see.
We cannot.
I'm sorry. Okay, 1 second.
Yes. At the question and answer bottom, we can see Hazem.
Yes, it's a question and answer.
Yeah. I think.
So you have my email, my LinkedIn account, my Twitter. Just drop me an email. Already, I know that people want to know about VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, macros, goal and seek, and conditional formatting.
We will be conducting more sessions with other presenters as well. We will keep you posted. We have a WhatsApp group dedicated for such trainings. So we will reach out to you by email for more details. With that, I would like to end this session. Thank you, Toastmaster Hazem, for
Thank
your
you,
wonderful
Raymond.
session. It
Thank you,
was truly worth its weight in gold. And with that, I would like to thank each one of you for coming today and participating in this session. Please, as I said, give your feedback to Toastmaster Hazem. The link was shared. I'm resharing it for those who are here. The feedback will go to Hazem's email directly. Yes, Toastmaster Christy. Christy, you would like to say something? You have a lot of valuable input.
Well, good evening, fellow Toastmasters, guest, Toastmaster DTM Raymond and Toastmaster Hazem. Wonderful. I'm really excited to see from our Toastmasters leadership training how we are branching out to skill-based training. You know, it's a wonderful effort which will empower many more Toastmasters, and we could add many more Toastmasters because we are branching out to, you know, skill-based training. Wonderful effort, and really, I was not knowing many functions. Now Hazem explained it. I would like to hear more. I will also listen to recording. Thank you very much.
Thank you, DJ and Christy.
And with that, I would like to adjourn today's meeting. Thank you once again for a curfew-based training. We make best use of our time during curfew so that once things come back to normal, we are charged, we are educated, and we have evolved to another level of us. With that, God bless you guys and have a great evening.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes. Thank you, Azim. Appreciate. Bye.
Thank you, dear.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you. Bye.